They interchange information. They discuss what is the remediative action. You will get a TCEQ order. And most likely that goes through my office. If there's any penalties that must be implemented, we sign an agreed order with the TCEQ that says we have made these violations, we will pay these penalties, we will do these actions. No such thing has come across my desk. If we have received it, then I am ignorant to it, and I would apologize for my ignorance.
You might want to ask the engineer, because I listened to it today. I've just read his word for word. So he's saying.
A person saying something on the spot in a Q&A session is not necessarily definitive. I'm sure everybody knows a politician or two, and that guy's not a politician, that can't answer a question for squat. Or everything doesn't make sense in a Q&A when you say it. Obama said there were 57 states.
Okay, before we.
And it was just, he meant 47. There are things like that. So somebody misstating something is not definitive. When I see the TCEQ order, everybody will see the TCEQ order. And that's just, come on, guys. This is real world, and you know it.
Every time,
There's no old conspiracy here.
every time the TCU comes out for inspection, by law, our size of plant, they inspect once every 5 years, unless there is a complaint. If there's a complaint, they come out. When they come out, when they leave, they always do a exit interview, an exit inspection. When they do the exit inspection, that's just to give what they saw. Then they come back with an order saying, here's what's wrong, here's how long you have to repair it, and then you go through the process of repairing it.
Yeah.
And then it's repaired. When it's finished and completed, they come back and say it's done.
And even then, Richard, I'm saying it, that's my understanding of the process. Richard is saying it from his experience. He understands that as a process from discussing with professional operators. But don't take my word for it, and I may be wrong on some of the details. The person you listen to is the person whose job it is to handle that. And, this is oversight upon it. I apologize those gentlemen are not here right now. When they are back here, please ask that question. They will walk you through it.
The person responsible is the person who said it.
Misspoke a single word about it being an order instead of a report? That's what it sounds like.
His word for, on the sludge and the outfall, that will be cleared up. That's part of what TCEQ has told me to do, and that will be done.
Yeah, that'll be cleared up, all right, on the report. I could interpret that 7 different ways. He's not here, is he? It's not your fault, and I've apologized for it, and I've please invited you to ask that question again, but this is not going anywhere because that doesn't mean anything, and you know it. Yes, you do. Well, you understand exactly, sir, and you know it.
Can we get a response from the engineer since he was not available today?
Yes.
Instead of making a phone call, post an answer, response on the website with mud, so everybody can read that. And we'll get that clarified. And that way, there's no misunderstanding, misinterpretation. That's easily done. Because he may not have a response available right now.
You're holding a man to account for a statement he made 2 months ago at a live meeting that
That's not what I'm stating.
no, I know you're not, but
So instead of just
this whole
prolonging it,
issue right
why
now
don't we get a response?
is
We're
very
not able to
detailed.
respond legitimately without a phone call, because
All right.
he may not be able to do that right now.
Okay, I will talk to Nathan tonight or first thing in the morning. He
It's
usually
Bill.
answers my.
It's Bill.
Okay, Bill, both of them, and I'll get a full report of all of the existing TCEQ open, and I'll post them on the website in the morning, and I'll also post them on I'll put on Nextdoor that they're posted, and so you can look at all the reports, and then if you want to call us, we'll get Bill in here and have talk to him. But Bill is following up on all the reports as required by law. period. And there's no, nothing being under the rug because TCEQ doesn't allow it. Everything has been solid.
So I have a question, I'm fairly new to Bayou Vista, but I understand that a year and a half ago, you got the permit, or you had a motion or whatever for the dredging. But from what I understand from your comment, it said that the dredging could not go forward if there is hazardous waste. Well, now we know we have all the sludge dumped at the bottom, so wouldn't it be beneficial to have it tested before we spend all the money trying to go through to get a grant and everything, only to find out that it is hazardous?
There's no need to answer. It's asked and answered, ma'am, and I apologize. The year and a half ago project was a 3-year project before we even got to construction phase. As far as whether there is hazardous waste in that sediment, that has not been tested, and that is exactly what Richard is proposing that we do first. That is the conversation we've had, and I feel like I apologize for the confusion on it. But what is being presented now is an opportunity to test that for TCEQ approved removal. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with the.
Correct. That project was large in scope and has now been been put off the rails by lack of involvement. City of Lamarck backing out is a big one. So I don't even know where we stand on that, and I apologize
Well,
for putting
what
it
the
that
next
way.
step will be that the board will do is we will review the email from the Corps, which came to us this afternoon. Andrea said, she will give us the people to instruct as far as the testing, because there has to be a certain testing procedure for the sediment. We'll get the sediment tested, and we'll determine if it's hazardous, if it's not hazardous. After we make that determination, then we can decide what we want to do about the material that's on the outfall. But until that time, we really don't know what we can do with it, because if it is hazardous, it's going to be about 4 times more expensive, because now it has to go to a hazardous dump site. If it's non-hazardous, we have places around us that we can place the sediment when we take it out.
No, there is nothing flowing out of that plant right now.
Really?
That is hazardous.
We monitor it daily. Keep your head
Mr.
out the
Bank.
sand.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Sorry. That was the report that just came, and it explained the August 13th sediment catch that was in the pictures. But as far as the operator report that I'm aware of, the engineer report that I'm aware of, and I know there have been things in the past, so it's not even worth flapping my gums about. I apologize. The quality of the effluent right now, as far as I understand it, is compliant within the limits. Do you have a report from the otherwise?
Yes, TCEQ did a test of the effluent at the plant, and then they did a test at the discharge pipe,
Yes.
and it was 500 and 1200.
Yes.
Which they said was indicative of a break or a leak in that discharge pipe.
Yes. What was the date of that?
So until we fix the pipe, it doesn't make much sense to clean anything up.
What was the date of that?
July 27th, I believe.
Have you seen that?
July 27th, I've not seen that one, but
July?
it was in July. If the,
I haven't seen that one.
Maybe
so-
July 22nd. I believe I saw it on the MUD website.
Okay.
okay. That,
That's fair. Look,
since
it's-
July 22nd, there has been numerous changes, cleanings in the plant to reduce all that information.
Right, but if there's a break in the pipe, what TCQ was saying is that there is a collection of solids in the middle somewhere.
Uh,
And when the effluent comes from the sewage plant, it's picking those up and then dumping them into our canal system.
that pipe is a solo pipe from the plant to the discharge point. So if there's a break in that pipe, it's picking up dirt that it's buried in.
It's picking up what it's previously dumped.
And
No,
that-
it's running through land.
And that is one of the things
That's not
that,
what TCEQ said.
No, it said sediment. That's dirt.
It's physically impossible to increase the contamination in a closed pipe.
Right, well, it's broken.
What goes in, comes out.
It's not closed. There's an infiltration
Two
issue.
cameras,
August 13th.
Well, no, August 13th. That's when they were doing the work on the plant.
Yeah,
That's
but
what we just
why-
talked about.
Why does it come out like this?
It came out there for 2 hours like that because they drained the thing and they cleaned it out. And then they filled it back up again. It was notified to the residents and it was for about 2 hours. That's what the operator told me on the call I had on Friday.
Well, I'm unhappy that it's still happening.
Borrow that for a second.
Sorry. Nothing I said was different than what I said. That was the incident on August 13th where there were pictures of dirty effluent during a drain and clean of certain tanks at the plant, which that happens when you work on a plant, and it's fully expected.
Right.
And it was for about 2 hours, is my understanding.
So is that gonna continue to happen when
No.
we clean it out?
No,
No,
that was essentially a one-time cleanout repair for backlog and maintenance. The thing is working a heck of a lot better now after that project, is my understanding.
Unfortunately, part of when they take the clarifiers down, there's a risk of slightly upsetting the plant. I asked Nathan earlier, I said, how much, if we just were to say, okay, we know we're gonna have an upset, how much would it cost to sit there and put all that into trucks for the next day? At 250,000 gallons, at $1 a gallon, you would be talking about $250,000. Because people have asked me that question, how could we just put it in tanks and truck it out of here? So anytime we have to do any work like that, which is gonna be extremely rare, unfortunately, that's unavoidable to have a little bit of an upset when you do something like that, because to sit there and contain that would be, like I said, almost $250,000. But what did get out of there is something that will be biodegraded. The environment will take care of it quite quickly. It's a very small amount of material, and it's just, unfortunately, the price of progress to getting the plant to where it needs to be. As far as earlier on our punch list from the engineer, televising inspection of the effluent line was something he discussed, and right now they're currently trying to locate the cleanouts to be able to do that, because they don't want to risk getting it stuck in there, so they want to find the cleanouts to locate the pipe. So while they're televising, if there's an issue, they can get to the camera that they run through the line.
And what they told me was they did not want to do that until they had 2 weeks of clean water. And you said they are just about at the point now where they have 2 weeks of clean water coming out of the plant. And so the next phase after that was to go after the effluent line and to make sure that's clean and has no repair. If it needs to be repaired, they repair it. That's the last phase.
But there's been a lot of discussion about whether or not this is hazardous. And at the beginning of this meeting, we started out with a clarification of the sign that was posted downstairs. I don't know, nobody else is on my committee. So we went and we talked about the sign that's located downstairs.
From
We
their
talked last
investigation.
week, was at the request of the police.
622.
It's not an
Now
order.
we know that
It's
the
a
sign says
these are
that
the
none of us
findings.
in this room are to
Yeah.
bring any hazardous
They found,
material
yeah, they found
into
samples
a
there.
place of work.
We know
So I
that.
think
That's
by
what
that,
we
with the
fired.
right.
And/or with the board's approval from outside
Is
of
also
the
from
the sample that was
May.
brought in here to show the
622.
board, when the board did not believe us, when we were telling
Which is
you
just
what
a
was
week
being
ago,
dumped
or
into
2
the
weeks ago.
canal.
Time flies.
That's what
June
started
4th was
someone
last time.
going to
Never
the
had a-
DA.
This is an indication
And
of a
that's
possible
the
break
purpose
in the
of
line
that
causing
sign.
a
So
buildup of
here we
solids
all
and
just
creating a breeding
clearly
ground
say
for
since
bacteria.
all that
Yeah,
happened,
but
the
that
DA's
solids
been
is
brought
dirt.
into it, the sign's been
I don't
placed.
care.
And
Bacteria is growing
everyone
in it.
tried to
Yeah.
get citizens
It doesn't
in
matter what it
trouble
is.
for
We're
bringing
aware of it.
something in here to show this
Gotta fix
board.
the pipe.
Can we all agree now that
He
we
just
do
said
believe this
exactly
happened?
what you were asking.
He said they're
And
gonna
they should be arrested for bringing it in
broken
here.
pipe.
That's a criminal
They are
violation,
televising the line as soon as they
I
get
talked
2
to the
weeks
DA.
of clean effluent.
and I wanted him
out
to
of the
arrest
plant.
you.
They just said they got 2 weeks of clean effluent.
And I'm
Now
still
they can
working.
televise that. Just try
The
to
next question
repair
then,
it. That's how you repair it. Yes, ma'am. I apologize, I did not.
Very important,
Okay.
and now Shelby's.
Did you hear what Mr. Minotti just said to me? He said that he went to the DA, he said I was a criminal, and that he tried to get me arrested. He just said that to me right now.
We all heard it.
They heard it
Okay.
back here?
Did you not violate
I think,
everybody in this room?
Okay.
hey, guys,
Stop.
I'm not
Stop.
doing it because, ma'am, it has nothing to do with what was said by the public. I
He just said that
recommend
in
you
a public
adjourn the
meeting.
I do too. I do too.
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
No, I know. I'm saying it's not based upon what y'all said, it's based upon what they said. I recommend they adjourn the meeting.
I do have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion is second.
I
All in
second.
favor? All in favor? Meeting is adjourned.
It's on record.